Today's tale begins here in Boulder City, Nevada at Tom Devlin's Monster Museum. Well, hello everyone and welcome to the episode of Nick Masker. I've made it to Boulder City, Nevada, here at the very famous Tom Devlin's Monster Museum. A place I've been wanting to visit for a long time now, quite a few years, and I finally made it out. I was in Las Vegas, figured I'd take the 30-minute commute over here to Boulder City to visit the Monster Museum. We're gonna go inside. There should be plenty of spooky ghouls and monsters. I'm gonna take a tour and I'm gonna bring you guys along with me. We got some movie vehicles outside as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started and let the tale begin. And before heading inside, you'll catch some legit movie vehicles. You got Ecto 1, the old Cadillac hearse. That is awesome. And this is the only 80s gem. You got Scooby-Doo as well, the Mystery Machine. Looks like one of the monsters got to it. And then you got some more. You got Christine, I believe. And then over here, you got the Jurassic Park Jeep. A lot of people taking photos with the cars. But yeah, let's head inside. Time to see some monsters. Frankie here greeting us. Welcome to the world famous Monster Museum. Take a look at this school up here. Looks like he's from the Old West. He's been shot up. And I say that because he's got the old cowboy boots. Still got a cigar though. Ooh, very cool. Alright, went ahead and got my ticket. Ended up buying a combo deal with the Outpost Alien Museum, which was $10 more. So, gonna be doing that right after this. Alright, this is pretty neat. It is a coffin that you can actually go inside and go for a little ride. It'll make you feel what it's like to be buried and lowered into the ground while you're inside a coffin. It'll give you like the movements. So this is kind of like a machine here. And yeah, like I said, it'll kind of raise and lower and do the movements. Very creepy. You can see here, $5. Ride our world famous coffin ride. You die laughing. Yeah, that's pretty instant. Yeah, that's pretty intense. If you don't like small spaces and you're claustrophobic, probably not something you'd want to do. Crazy. All right, let's head inside the Monster Museum. Oh, wow. Already greeted by some ghouls. Lon Chaney. Look at this chandelier. It's the Hunchback. I've never really seen the Hunchback in any other exhibit, so that's pretty cool. He's one of the original monsters. Not a lot of people know that, but yeah, he's not really acknowledged. It's a little dark in here, but it definitely gives the vibe. It says, welcome to the Monster Museum. Photos and videos are permitted. We just ask no flash. Don't touch the monsters. They won't touch you. Have a great time with the creatures, cadavers, freaks, and creeps. The Monster Museum entrance. So this isn't even the entrance. It starts over here. And one of the first characters is the Wolfman. Lon Chaney's Wolfman. Love how they have the creepy music in the background and the little strobe effects. Here you have Frankenstein, Boris Karloff. Take a look at those effects there. 1931 Frankenstein. He's even got the little luggage there. Very cool. And over here in the next room, looks like you have some Planet of the Apes. The Creature from the Black Lagoon. One of my personal favorites. And then you have some characters from the Monsters. Herman Monster and Eddie Monster. I love how they have the bike in the background. The setup is really cool too. They have the old spotlight. And then you can see here, there's also an autographed picture. Or I believe that might be a laser disc. Yeah, you can see it's made out to Tom as well, the owner of the museum. But this creature is so freaking cool. Wow, look at that. Just straight ahead, gazing at me is Michael. On to the next room. Okay, so we're going into a newer generation of icons. You have Freddy Krueger. He's got his glove on too. A little bit of Evil Dead 2. You got Ghostface. So this is a little Wes Craven area. He's done Evil Dead, some Nightmare on Elm Street, and Scream as well. And then, of course, John Carpenter's Michael Myers. I love the little facade right there. Also the Halloween jack-o'-lantern. I like that. Lots of memorabilia signed. Oh, look at this. Okay, so this is a replica of the same chainsaw used in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974. I try to purchase one of these. They're so hard to come by. At least ones that are running. Usually they're all beat up. But look at that. It looks to be just like the one in the film. You even got the masks there. The pretty lady. And then here's some photos with Tom and Kane Hodder on the set for Texas Chainsaw Massacre the game. Okay, so this is for the game. Looks like this is what was used for that. You even have the boots, the cowboy boots. Also a signed poster. What an amazing collection. And then of course, the famous scene with the red room with all the taxidermy in the background with Leatherface coming right out. One of my favorite scenes of the movie. The sliding door. They also have the grandfather in the wheelchair right next to Leatherface. Look at that. Bill Johnson signed that one. The chainsaw is family. Moving on to the next room. Look at this little transition area. Behind the mask. Now, I've never seen this, but I'll definitely have to check it out. Okay, Strangers, I'm familiar with. Also a signed, looks like a small poster. What I like about this museum so far is that it's paying homage to a lot of special effects and makeup artists. And that's because that's what Tom Devlin has been doing for years. So it focuses the light, not just on the characters, but the work behind it. Looks like in this room we have the different variations of Jason. Over here you can see the gash where he first got hit. He got hit with the axe. He first got hit with the shovel, and then the one that left him the mark was the axe. And then over here, it looks like a younger Jason. This is when he would have had the potato sack over his head. And then now when he has the mask. This is probably my favorite version of Jason. Man, that looks so good. It's very creepy walking through the halls. Him behind me, I feel like he's gonna creep up and just grab me. And over here you have the Jason from Jason X, where he has the metal cybernetic hockey mask. I remember seeing this in theaters. Thought it was so scary, but very cool. Almost kind of like a version of a Predator in a way. That's what it reminded me of. And then you have the later Jasons, where he spent some time in the lake, as you can see. Now you can see the special effect. He's been sitting here on display for a while, but he looks like he just got out of the water. All the way down to the pants, even the boots. It's kind of hard to see. It's a little dark in here. I'm not allowed to use flash, but yeah, pretty amazing. Here on display, they have a prosthetic from Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. So not only will they use a mask, but sometimes, or most cases, they'll use a prosthetic underneath a hockey mask, which makes it look so much more realistic. And also from Jason X, they have this machete made from the same mold of the one in the movie. There's the mask as well. And over here in the next room is definitely some nightmare fuel. I'm excited to see these because it is rumored that Hellraiser is going to be coming to Halloween Horror Nights. And this is probably a little glimpse of what we're going to be seeing. You have, of course, Hellraiser in the middle, and some 2 Cenobites that are from the first 2 films. I believe this one's Butterball, and this one's Chattereer, if I'm saying that correctly. Look at his teeth. He has no eyes, and neither does this Cenobite. Now, these are not categorized as monsters, nor are they demons. They are Cenobites. And they are definitely the freakiest faces in the Hellraiser franchise. Really excited to go to Halloween Horror Nights this year, and hopefully we get to see them in the mazes. And here in the next room, looks like we're coming across The Hills Have Eyes. This is a very terrifying film. Only seen it a few times, but it was enough for me to know that definitely don't want to be trapped in any hills in the middle of nowhere. Also, Tiffany and Chucky in this display case. Oh look, they have a full good guy box that you can take a photo op with. It's pretty cool. The only thing better than one Pennywise is 2 of them. You have the Bill Skarsgård Pennywise and the Tim Curry Pennywise. This one always terrified me the most as a kid. But I have to say, I do love Bill Skarsgård. He does an amazing job and really sold me over in Welcome to Derry. Yeah, it was an amazing show. But look at that. That looks terrifying. And right next to them, looks like you have Shorty and Slim from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Love how they put the clowns all together. And of course, Tony Todd. Can't forget him in a horror exhibit. Last seen in Final Destination, the last film. Now, after I saw the movie, I read online that he did not have a specific script. He was just kind of open to say whatever he wanted. And the words that he said were genuine to the way he actually felt. He was sick, and he knew his time was short. So that particular part in the film was just amazing. That alone was probably the best part in the film, so yeah. Rest in peace to Tony Todd, horror legend. Right over here they have the Leprechaun, which I want to talk about. A couple weeks ago, I think it was Trick or Treat Studios came out with something very similar to this. I don't know if this is the one, but man, it was like $400, and I wanted to buy it so bad. It came out around St. Patrick's Day. And I was like, I want the Leprechaun. He is so freaking cool. I think this one is it. It's like a real actual size. And the actor even came out and was like, I'm really proud of the prop they made. It looks so good. But yeah, this one's really good. You could see him there getting the makeup done. Amazing. But take a look at all the display they have here. A lot of this stuff, it says screen used. Wheaties Halloween Night. If I'm saying that right. I've never seen that film before, but it makes me want to look it up. Killjoy is one of Tom's favorite characters. Looks like some of the prosthetics. And there's Tom right there. Kind of reminds me of a little version of Jack the Clown over at Halloween Horror Nights Orlando. Wow, look at this puppeteering box. It came out in the Puppet Master. And it was screen used. What the heck? It's a Nazi werewolf. Says here these are also screen used. Yeah, that is really terrifying. Look at this prosthetic. Look how big that is. It's not just the headpiece, but it's the entire upper torso. There's the 3 rules. Safety to humans, safety to people's property, and make a good movie. There's a lot to see. Moving on to the next room. Oh, look at this Linda Blair. The Exorcist. Definitely one of the most horrifying movies of all time. I was not really allowed to watch this as a kid, but I did many, many times. And it caused me a lot of nightmares and a lot of lack of sleep. And I haven't seen it probably since a screening a couple years ago. But I would believe it still has the same effect, honestly. The Toxic Avenger. Wow, they have the Terminator here. The motorcycle. And the officer. That is cool. Now this version of Arnold. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't really look like him, but still pretty good with the effects. The blood looks wet, it looks fresh. But yeah, it doesn't really look like Arnold. Awesome that they have the motorcycle. Very iconic. The Creep Show. The most fun you'll ever have being scared. They have Beetlejuice sitting right in front of the tombstone. The Book of the Recently Deceased. Teddy Told Me To. This is screen used. I don't remember seeing it, but it sounds really familiar. Wow, look at that. The face has been removed, and it's right there. There's another face.
And he was really awesome too. I like that he didn't break character.
Screen used from Laughter Face, which was directed by Tom Devlin. And then Slaughterhouse on Silent Hill, also directed by Tom Devlin. Look at that.
So getting the chance to play a killer in a horror movie it's awesome.
Now there was a film called Las Vegas Frankenstein, and that is the prosthetic that was used on screen. There's the poster. Kind of hard to see. Yeah, some of these I have not seen, but I have to check out. And would you look at that? Yes, yes! Looks like one of the monsters got a hold of Justin's card. Yeah, lots of screen use items here. Pretty amazing. And at the end of the museum, they have a theater talking about Slaughterhouse on the Hill. There's Tom Devlin right there, who directed the film. You can sit down and listen about the props and the making of the movie. Pretty cool. And I was going to head into the restroom, but take a look at these little details. Look at this door too. Wow, The Shining. You have the ballroom photo there. Red rum. You notice they have it right above the toilet. Murder. It's pretty cool. And here's a look at their merch they have. They have their own t-shirts, Tom Devlin's Monster Museum, Boulder City, Nevada. They have a few different designs. They also have a hoodie as well. They do have one shirt. It's like the original design. There's that same design. They have one, it looks like their rendition of a bride. $24.99. And this is the one that I was thinking about. It's like the OG design, $24.99. It's got the fangs on there and the Tom Devlin's Monster Museum in the middle. Yeah, I'll probably grab this one as soon as I'm done. Also, if you collect masks, they do have a pretty good variety. Look at this gremlin one. I haven't seen one of these. Who's it made by? Oh, it's made by Trick or Treat Studios. Pretty funny.
We already got some next door.
Oh. Well.
Night of the Living Dead. This Wolfman one is cool. And then a few other collectibles.
I see I can shift backwards.
These little bobbleheads. You got some bobbleheads here.
They were nice people. Yeah, they were super friendly.
Oh.
Alright, so now heading to the Outpost 51 Alien Museum. It was a bundle we got with our ticket over at Tom Devlin's. So we're gonna check this museum out and see what it's about. Didn't know this was here, but I figured why not? 10 bucks more. Get to check out some aliens. Alright, now entering the Alien Museum. Oh wow, look at this. You got a real broadcast on the radio of UFO findings. And this is where it begins. Oh wow. You have an alien animatronic. You also have the Alien versus Predator. Both characters right here on display. Now I have not seen these before at any exhibit. From John Carpenter's They Live, one of the best movies, in my opinion, that he's ever done. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Such a good movie. They have the Obey in the background. Looks like a VHS wall. It's just a decal. I should probably mention kids are $10, adults are $15, and I bought it at a combo deal, so I got it for $10 instead of $15 at the Tom Devlin's Monster Museum. Didn't know what it was going to be like, but yeah, this is what it is. This weird, tall alien. Look at that. The ancient Egyptian and alien connection. Hieroglyphics. Yeah, that's a lot of history. Reminds me of the show. I think that's what they're playing on the TV is Ancient Aliens. Yeah, that guy with the crazy hair. It's funny. They have a little display on Roswell, New Mexico, an area that I've been wanting to visit for a little while. Apparently the whole town embraces the alien invasion or the alien stories that take place or took place there years ago. Almost every business has like an alien theme, so it seems like a pretty cool place to go. But yeah, in 1974 in July, apparently there were some incidents of a UFO crashing. Yeah, pretty crazy. There's some photos of the event. I'm always curious on how they know the aliens look like this, they dress like that, or if they're even that tall. It's a pretty short alien. It's about waist high. I don't know, I picture aliens to be much bigger, or I don't even know what to think actually. It's just something of the unknown. Yeah, I picture them to be huge. Not really short, but you never know. Look at this alien. He's got something attached to his chest. Really weird. Pretty random to have some info on Area 51 and random aliens just laying here. No info on them. They're just here, laying down. And check this out. You have a Air Force officer and I guess an alien officer. Doesn't say his branch, but yeah, it looks scary. Now there is a huge rabbit hole when it comes to aliens and controversies, and I do believe there is some sort of life form out there. Not sure what it is, don't know what they look like, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. I love to see all these weird, depictions of aliens, all these stories, but I don't do too much research on all of it. I just like to see what people come up with. You got a military guy, and you got like an alien military guy, so I don't know what's going on here, but the wacky part of it, I love. It's pretty interesting. And here they have some sort of lab. Kind of reminds me of E.T., with the masks. You got like a doctor in the background. Yeah, this is really odd. Looks like they've opened them up completely. Not sure what they're doing. Poor little E.T. And that is a wrap on today's video here from Boulder City, Nevada, here at Tom Devlin's Monster Museum. Finally glad I made it out. Just a stroll away from Las Vegas, about 30 minutes. If you're looking for something spooky and creepy to do, and you like Halloween and special effects, definitely check out here, Tom Devlin's Monster Museum. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you did like this video, do me a favor and hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed and you like places such as this that have nothing but spooky, haunted, and creepy vibes, consider subscribing. I post daily videos here on the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. The tale has been told.